The UEFA Champions League is the biggest club competition in the world, and it has produced some of the most legendary comeback stories of all time. With the double leg format being used in the knockout rounds, certain teams have gone on to overturn a first leg deficit in some of the craziest, most dramatic second leg matches that we have ever seen. Just when a match seems all but over, certain clubs have defied the odds with moments of footballing brilliance, rescuing themselves from the brink of disaster. Today we're taking a look at the 10 greatest comebacks in Champions League history based on the strength of their opponents, their odds of qualifying after the first leg, and the legacy that these matches have left behind. There is nothing quite as dramatic as a Champions League comeback story, so let's go through the best ones that we have ever seen. Coming in at number 10, we have Real Madrid's comeback victory over Manchester City in the 2021-22 Champions League semi-finals. The first leg in this semi-final tie was played out at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester, England, and it was a goal fest from start to finish. The English team were the dominant side in this match, but even with goals from Kevin De Bruyne, Gabriel Jesus, Phil Foden, and Bernardo Silva, the match ended as a narrow 4-3 victory for the home side. With the fixture heading back to Madrid, the Spanish side were put under even more pressure when Riyad Mahrez scored the opening goal in the 73rd minute, giving the home side just 15 minutes to score 2 goals. With just seconds left to go in the match, it would be Rodrigo's brace in the span of 2 minutes that would give Madrid a lifeline, forcing the match to go to extra time. And with Karim Benzema's penalty finish in the 95th minute, Real Madrid went on to grab a 6-5 victory on aggregate, landing them a spot in the final against Liverpool, which they eventually went on to win. Against all odds, Real Madrid overturned a 2-goal deficit with just minutes left to go, culminating in one of the most dramatic comeback victories in recent memory. Moving on to number 9 on our list, we have Manchester United's comeback victory over PSG in the 2018-19 Champions League round of 16. After coming away with an impressive 2-0 victory over United at Old Trafford, PSG went into their second leg match with the belief that their road to the quarter-finals would be a walk in the park. That confidence quickly faded away when Romelu Lukaku scored the opening goal in the second minute of the return fixture, cutting PSG's lead in half. Juan Bernat went on to score the equalizing goal in the 12th minute, but with Lukaku's second goal of the night coming in the 30th minute, the match went into halftime at a 3-2 aggregate scoreline for the home side. The second half of this match was an extremely tight affair, and just when PSG thought they had done enough to advance, the drama started to flare up. On the cusp of stoppage time, Diogo Dalot's strike would hit Presnel Kimpembe's arm, causing the United players to shout for a penalty kick. After a lengthy VAR check, the referee went on to award a penalty for the English side, causing the stadium to go into a frenzy. With Marcus Rashford's successful penalty attempt, United went on to grab a 3-1 victory in this match as they won the tie on away goals after a 3-3 aggregate scoreline. United became the first side to overturn a 2-0 deficit after losing the first leg at home, earning them a special spot in Champions League history. Moving on to number 8 on our list, we have PSG's comeback victory over Barcelona in the 2023-24 Champions League quarter-finals. The first leg in this tie was played out at the Parc des Princes, and with a brace from Rafinha and another goal from Christensen, Barcelona came away with a shocking 3-2 victory over PSG. Barcelona's momentum carried over to the second leg fixture, and with Rafinha's goal in the 12th minute, they had a comfortable 4-2 aggregate lead over their French counterparts. But with Ronaldo Araujo's red card coming in the 29th minute after his challenge on Bradley Barcola, the match was completely turned on its head. With a beautiful cross-crease goal from Ousmane Dembele in the 40th minute, followed by a long-range effort from Vitinha in the 54th minute, the tie was now stuck at a 4-4 aggregate scoreline with 35 minutes left to go. Kylian Mbappe went on to take control of this match, and with a penalty goal in the 61st minute and a counter-attack goal coming in the 89th minute, PSG went on to grab a shocking 6-4 aggregate win over the Spanish side. Barcelona's collapse in this match was truly shocking for every fan that watched this game, but PSG's resurgence in the second half was truly spectacular, leading to one of the all-time comeback victories. Moving on to number 7 on our list, we have Monaco's comeback victory over Real Madrid in the 2003-04 Champions League quarter-finals. The first leg match in this tie was played out at the Santiago Bernabeu in Madrid, and the Spanish Giants took care of business in convincing fashion. After going down by 1 goal just before halftime, Los Blancos went on to score 4 straight goals, coming away with a dominant 4-2 victory in the opening match. Their momentum carried on to the second leg match in Monaco, and with a goal from Raúl in the 36th minute, Madrid had a 5-2 aggregate lead with just over one half of football left to go. The home side refused to give up, and with Ludovic Giuli's goal just before halftime, the match was now level at 1-1. As the second half got underway, it would be Fernando Morientes, who was a Real Madrid player on loan at Monaco at the time, that would score the next goal, giving Monaco an unthinkable 2-1 lead. One more goal from Giuli in the 66th minute would be the final goal in this match, leading to a crazy 3-1 victory for Monaco in this game, and a victory in the tie on away goals after a 5-5 aggregate aggregate thriller. Monaco were just 45 minutes away from being eliminated from the competition, but with their relentless pressing and unwavering belief, they went on to topple the Galacticos in one of the craziest upsets in Champions League history. Moving on to number 6 on our list, we have Tottenham's comeback victory over Ajax in the 2018-19 Champions League semi-finals. The first leg match in this tie was played out in London, and the home side did not play any convincing football over the course of 90 minutes. With Donny van de Beek's goal coming in the 15th minute, the tie was still salvageable for the English side, but they would have to play much better in the second game in Amsterdam. Things got off to a horrible start for Tottenham, and with Matthijs de Ligt's header in the 5th minute and Hakim Ziyech's curling effort in the 35th minute, the visitors went into halftime trailing by 3-0 on aggregate. What came next is one of the most iconic second-half performances of all time and one of the most impressive single-player performances in recent memory. With Lucas Moura's counter-attack goal in the 55th minute, followed by his rebound attempt just 4 minutes later and a beautiful left-footed effort in the dying seconds of stoppage time, Tottenham went on to overturn a 3-goal deficit in the space of just 35 minutes. With a hat-trick coming from their Brazilian talisman, Tottenham went on to win the tie on away goals after a 3-3 aggregate draw, leading them to their first ever Champions League final. Tottenham's resilience and perseverance in the second half of this match will be talked about for years to come, as they mounted one of the most unthinkable comebacks that the tournament has ever witnessed. Moving on to number 5 on our list, we have Roma's comeback victory over Barcelona in the 2017-18 Champions League quarter-finals. The first leg match in this tie was played at the Camp Nou in Barcelona, and the home side made sure to grab a statement victory over their Italian counterparts. With 2 own goals coming from De Rossi and Manolas, things were not going well for Roma as they went into the final 30 minutes of this game. With 2 more goals coming from Gerard Piqué and Luis Suarez, followed by a consolation goal from Edin Dzeko in the 80th minute, the match ended as a 4-1 victory for Barcelona, which seemed to be unsurmountable at the time. Roma entered the second leg match at the Stadio Olimpico with an air of confidence, and with Edin Dzeko's smooth finish in the 6th minute, there was a sliver of hope for the Italian side. With Samuel Umtiti's foul on Patrick Schick inside the penalty box, Daniele De Rossi went on to convert his spot kick, cutting Roma's deficit to just 1 goal with 30 minutes left to go. And with Kostas Manolas' header in the 82nd minute, Roma held on for a 3-0 victory in this match, leading to an unthinkable win on away goals after a 4-4 aggregate scoreline. The Italian side went on to reach the Champions League semi-finals for the first time in over 30 years, and this victory still lingers in the memories of football fans as one of the craziest Champions League comebacks of all time. Moving on to number 4 on our list, we have Ajax's comeback victory over Real Madrid in the 2018-19 Champions League round of 16. The first leg match in Amsterdam was a back-and-forth battle between two sides who kept up the pressure on attack, but it would be the visiting side who would ultimately come away with the win. With a goal from Benzema in the 60th minute, followed by Ziyech's equalizer in the 75th minute, and 1 more goal from Asensio in the 87th minute, Real Madrid came away with a narrow 2-1 victory in this match. The reverse fixture in Madrid did not go according to plan at all, and with goals from Ziyech, Neres, and Tadic coming within 62 minutes, Ajax were now leading the tie by 4-2 on aggregate. Marco Asensio went on to score the opening goal for Madrid in the 70th minute, but with a pinpoint free kick from Lasse Schön in the 72nd minute that found the back of the net, Ajax went on to grab a historic 4-1 victory over Madrid in their own backyard. The Dutch side were able to end the Real Madrid dynasty in truly stunning fashion, and this comeback victory is one of the most impressive displays of team football that we have seen in recent years. Moving on to number 3 on our list, we have Deportivo La Coruña's comeback victory over AC Milan in the 2003-04 Champions League quarter-finals. The first leg match in this tie took place at the San Siro in Milan, and despite an opening goal that came from Walter Pandiani in the 11th minute, it was an Italian masterclass from there on out. With a brace from Kaká along with 2 goals from Andrei Shevchenko and Andrea Pirlo, AC Milan went on to grab a 4-1 victory, which left the Spanish visitors in a truly deep hole against the reigning champions. The Spanish side went into the second leg fixture with nothing to lose, and what came next was one of the wildest results in Champions League history. After an exhilarating 45 minutes of play, Deportivo were leading the match by 3-0 thanks to goals from Pandiani, Valerón, and Luque, and the tie was stuck in a 4-4 deadlock on aggregate. With plenty of momentum and some sheer confidence, the final goal of this match came in the 76th minute from Fran, leading Deportivo to a 4-0 win over AC Milan and a 5-4 win on aggregate. What felt impossible just 2 weeks earlier had become reality for the Spanish side, and this victory against the reigning title holders truly cemented their legacy as one of the craziest comebacks that this tournament has ever seen. Moving on to number 2 on our list, we have Liverpool's comeback victory over Barcelona in the 2018-19 Champions League semi-finals. The first leg match in this tie took place at the Camp Nou in Barcelona, and it was a dominant display of football from the Spanish side from start to finish. With a goal from Luis Suarez in the 26th minute, followed by an impressive brace from Leo Messi in the second half, it seemed like Liverpool's run in the competition was coming to an unfortunate end. With Mo Salah and Roberto Firmino out for the next match, what happened in the second leg in Liverpool makes this achievement even more impressive. With Divock Origi's rebound goal in the 7th minute, the match ran into halftime at 1-0 for the home side, side, and there was still a long way to go if they wanted to advance to the final. But with two quick goals in the 54th and 56th minute from Jorginho Wijnaldum, followed by an unforgettable goal from Origi in the 79th minute, Liverpool went on to achieve an unthinkable 4-0 victory over Barcelona. With a 4-3 aggregate victory over the best team in the tournament, Liverpool went on to advance to the final, which they went on to win, ending a 14-year wait for Europe's most esteemed trophy. This historic comeback victory is still talked about to this day and will continue to live on in the memories of both Liverpool and Barcelona fans for decades to come. And finally, we make it to number 1 on our list, where we have Barcelona's comeback victory over PSG in the 2016-17 Champions League round of 16. The first leg match in this tie was played at the Parc des Princes in Paris, and after 90 minutes it looked as if there was no coming back for the Spanish visitors. With a brace of goals coming from Angel Di Maria, followed by 2 more goals from Edinson Cavani and Julian Draxler, the possibility of Barcelona going on to overturn this deficit truly seemed impossible, as a 4-goal deficit had never been reversed before in Champions League history. But what happened in the return fixture in Spain is something that most football fans still haven't fully processed nearly 10 years later. With a header from Luis Suarez in the 3rd minute, followed by a scrappy own goal from Livan Kurzawa in the 40th minute and a penalty goal from Leo Messi in the 50th minute, Barcelona were ever so close to leveling the aggregate scoreline. But with Edinson Cavani's blistering strike in the 62nd minute, Barcelona were now in need of 3 more goals to win this tie with just under 30 minutes left in the match. Barcelona refused to give up, and with a gorgeous free kick from Neymar in the 88th minute, followed by a penalty goal of his own in stoppage time and a truly crazy finish from Sergio Roberto in the dying seconds, the home side went on to capture an unfathomable 6-1 victory in this match. With Barcelona's 4-goal deficit being overturned, a small earthquake being triggered by the fans in the crowd, and one of the greatest team performances of all time, the Champions League's most iconic comeback victory was now complete. Barcelona's heroic efforts and unbreakable determination in this tie go down as the greatest comeback victory in the tournament's history and one of the most iconic footballing performances of all time. These 10 comeback victories are the perfect example of resilience and determination in the face of adversity, and they will be forever remembered as some of the most memorable achievements in Champions League history. But what did you think of my top 10 Champions League comebacks list? Are there any entries that you would move higher or lower, and are there any that you would replace altogether? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more football content, tier lists, and everything in between, and as always, I'll catch you next time.